Victoria and Joe, and we're with Washington Trails Association. Hair care for any activity is important, but especially in the backcountry, it presents unique challenges since you have limited resources, you're doing extensive physical activity, and you have to think about overnight hair care.
Over the years, through a lot of trial and error, we figured out a few tips that work really well for us.
Before we fully dive in, we do want to be transparent. We have a ton of experience with our hair texture, but not all hair textures. For that reason, we wanted to share some additional hair resources with you. You can find them in the description below.
While some folks really count their ounces, we found bringing a comb or a brush is absolutely worth it. Your hair will tangle throughout the day and when you're sleeping overnight, so taking care of your hair while you're in the field will save you a literal headache later on in your trip or when you get home. I usually bring a comb, a hairbrush, extra hair ties, and a few small hair clips.
And I usually bring this tiny brush and sometimes spend a few minutes combing my hair at the end of the night. It can be a nice way to wind down and bring a little self-care to your adventure.
Keeping your curls healthy in the backcountry can be challenging, especially if you're on a longer hike. Over the years, I've dialed in my own system. Here are a couple tricks that you can take with you on trail. If you're staying overnight at an accommodation mid-hike, be sure to ask the front desk to use some of their shampoo and conditioner. You can also mail some of your own hair products forward in a resupply box if your hike is long enough. Don't wash your hair as often as you normally do. Your hair needs a little bit of time to lock in those oils.
My hair is currently shorter, but it's been pretty long in the past, like when I did a long distance through hike. Back on my through hike, my hair was pretty much always in a French braid down the middle of my head. I'd start with it relatively tight so it wouldn't fall out for a couple of days. My main thing was I wanted my hair out of my face and mostly off of my neck. But I also didn't want to deal with ponytails that stuck out of my head too much because they can make it really hard to put a hood on. I also can't stand the ponytail crease that ends up in my hair. The braid also kept my hair from tangling too much, and it would pull any of the face framing hairs I had that wouldn't grow as long into it that a ponytail might not grab. On my long hike, when the sun was out, I would often wear a brimmed hat. When it got cooler, I switched to wearing a buff as a headband, which kept the hair out of my face and my ears warm. These days, on shorter backpacking trips or day hikes, I'll just do two normal braids which don't start as high up on my head since I don't need my hair to stay as untangled for as long. I also bring my hat along to protect my hair and my head since my dark hair can get really hot under the sun, which can be both damaging and uncomfortable, though I don't always bring it when it's cloudy or gray outside.
I have really fine hair, but a lot of it, which can prove a significant challenge in the backcountry. It's super prone to tangling and it doesn't really like to stay in braids no matter how tight I braid them. Right now I have a lot of layers, so that also adds an extra challenge. Depending on the weather, sometimes I'll hike with two looser braids or my hair in a ponytail or a twisted bun. I also almost always wear a hat when I'm hiking. It keeps my hair out of my face and also protects me from UV rays, which can also be really damaging to hair, especially if you color treat your hair. Keep in mind that wearing a hat also can trap in a lot of heat on a warmer day, so think of the materials that you're choosing for the hat you're bringing on trail.
I like wearing a visor on trail. It keeps the hair out of my eyes and keeps my hair from getting tangled. Plus, my hair is long enough where it drapes over the side of the visor, protecting my ears, neck, and cheeks. Hikers with curls might also appreciate protective hairstyles, like braids or twists. You can also think about sleeping with a protective head wrap, bonnet, or even a neck gaiter. For hikers with hair like mine, you might appreciate getting your hair wet. That could look like dumping some water over your head, or just jumping straight into the lake. But that's just for my hair texture. It might not be right for you. All I know is at the end of the day, my hair appreciates a little bit of extra moisture.
Thanks for tuning in to today's Trail Smarts!